Why not open a restaurant wherein people can get a proper full menu of a restaurant, at the same time that comforting factor of a cafe.
Yeah.
So combining both the places and creating a casual kind of a setup wherein people can just come chill, and they don't need any occasion to be there. They can just come whenever they want to or they feel like.
Yeah, it's not an occasions place. It's more like आज घर पे खाना नहीं बनाना है तो चलो नीनीज चलते हैं.
I think the profession chose me more than me choosing the profession. The idea was to study hospitality, but I never knew that I would be a chef. I think that's the first time I was given a knife and an onion, and I sliced it like a pro.
Wow.
And that's what I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. So that's how I discovered my passion.
Welcome to the other side of the table, your host, architect Tushar Mistry. Today, we are diving deep into the world of hospitality, exploring the back-end secrets of the industry today with two different perspectives. Joining me today are three remarkable guests. First, we have Chef Stefan Gadit, the Culinary Director and Executive Chef at Tori, a progressive Asian restaurant by interior designer and Bollywood film producer Gauri Khan, entrepreneur Tanaz Bhatia, and restaurateur Abhay Raj Kohli. And the next guests are restaurateurs Dr. Navneet Gill, Ankit Gupta, the creative minds behind Nini's Kitchen, which is casual restaurant, Baked by Nini's, which is a bakery module, and Nero's by Nini's, which is a cafe module. So good to have you, Stefan.
Thank you for having me, Tushar.
Please
Pleasure.
have your seat on the couch.
Thank you very much.
How are you? I think we are twining
Yeah,
today, but in a
yeah.
reverse manner. Please have a seat. And the man arrives. Please have a seat. Hi, everyone sitting on the couch. Be comfortable. I'm very happy because as a designer also, hospitality is my major in terms of masters, and I love doing hospitality in terms of design. So people from two different industries, one restaurateurs and one who actually runs the show behind the curtain in the back end. So and they have constant fight tug of war. So we have put all three people on the couch today to comfortably fight on this couch. So let's start with the Nini's Kitchen team. You can answer it together. I would like you to speak one by one. So let me know about the journey of Nini's Kitchen. The inception happened before 10 years. We were part of the inception together. So how have been the journey where it started from the thought process? Both of you are not from the industry background, don't come from that background. And suddenly a mad thought came into your mind to start the hospitality.
Right.
To again, why this particular forum is being called here, I would give credit to my Sarthi, my driver. I'll tell you the relationship between. So one fine day, he just told me that आपके नाम से एक रेस्टोरेंट होना चाहिए. It's the easiest job to do on the earth. Managers appoint कर लो और एक cash income हो जाएगी and और तो कुछ करना नहीं होता. So then I told him, you better listen to this particular forum now and let's start. That mad thought came into your mind and you wanted to start a restaurant. Why?
Yeah, so the madness actually hit him. I was the more sensible one because I'm a dentist and I was teaching dentist. I still am teaching dentistry, and it never ever occurred to me to do something as risky as running a restaurant. But he wanted to do this, and
It didn't seem risky at that time.
yeah, it did.
So I was like your Sarthi. I thought it's a very easy business.
Yeah.
And after Bollywood, I think running a restaurant is the most glamorous
Glamorous,
thing,
yeah.
which everyone wants to do once in their life. Either they want to open a cafe, or they want to go to Goa and open a shack,
Yeah.
or run a resort.
Yeah.
So this seems very easy. So I was one of them. I thought this is a very easy business, and also because we are based in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and we don't have many options for nightlife or venturing out in Gujarat. So people usually tend to go to restaurants and cafes. And the scene in Ahmedabad was pretty different 10 years back.
Yeah.
Like there were no cafes as such, there were CCDs and stuff, but no casual dine kind of places wherein. So either the restaurants that were operational were your traditional restaurants where you go, dine and just come out, or there were cafes like CCDs and stuff. So there was no combination of that. So we thought, why not open a restaurant wherein people can get a proper full menu of a restaurant, at the same time that comforting factor of a cafe.
Yeah.
So combining both the places and creating a casual kind of a setup wherein people can just come, chill, and they don't need any occasion to be there. They can just come whenever they want to or they feel like.
Yeah, it's not an occasions place. It's more like आज घर पे खाना नहीं बनाना है तो चलो Nini's चलते हैं. It's more of that comfort kind of a place.
Where does this name Nini's come from?
Nini is actually his mom.
Okay.
So if you know the backstory, we were kind of conned by a Bombay-based franchise, and we were left all on our own to fend for ourselves. And we didn't have any chef, we didn't have any means, we didn't have any experience. So we did incorporate some of the other cuisines also, but we couldn't find anyone who could help us with the North Indian part, which was kind of the core at that time in Gujarat, because no matter how many pastas or pizzas you had, to seal the meal off, you had to have your roti and sabzi. So that was a must at that point of time. So that's when his mom came into picture. His mom is Nini, and she is an amazing, amazing cook. And she helped us out with some of the North Indian recipes. And so that's how we named it Nini's Kitchen.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Let's hear from you your story, where the thought of becoming a chef came from, where you learned it, what was your backdrop, why being
Why?
chef, why?
I think that's the most important question there. The first thought was that I'd be wearing a suit, taking a suitcase and driving off to work and being surrounded by celebrities. And then I landed up in the kitchen. I think the profession chose me more than me choosing the profession. The idea was to study hospitality, but I never knew that I would be a chef. I think that's the first time I was given a knife and an onion, and I sliced it like a pro.
Wow.
And that's what I was like, oh, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Okay.
So that's how I discovered my passion. That was first in university when I was at IHM Aurangabad by Taj. I guess I went in as a boy and came out as a man post university, and I started working with Renaissance Marriott hotels for a year or so in the beginning as a kitchen management trainee. And then I head out to Canada, which eventually opened doors for me. So I was in Calgary, then I was in Toronto, working at the TIFF building in a super elegant restaurant called Luma. And post that, I went off to New York. I worked at a few Michelin star restaurants. Then I head to France. Again, I learned some pastry, a little bit of French, and again to cook really well. And I tested myself when I came back home, and home is Canada for me.
So in a way, ghat ka pasta.
I think I can do a good spin-off on that. But overall, yes. And after that, I wanted to test the waters. I climbed up through the ranks, ran hotels, restaurants. And then I went off to Copenhagen to work at a restaurant called Noma.
Wow.
And after that, I took a little holiday, came back here to India after 6 years. And COVID struck. And so I was stuck here. And fortunately or unfortunately, however you would frame it, I had the honor of working with Aditi Dugar, one of the best restaurateurs in the country. And we spent a couple of years working and building projects together. I ran her catering unit as well. And then I head off to Dubai because I had enough of India for that time. and then I guess Gauri Khan and the exciting project at Tori is what brought me back here, and now I'm excited. Yeah.
So again, back to you guys. Because this whole concept is the other side of the table. Being designer or being people who are inspired to start their own restaurant or maybe want to become a chef or something, we want certain tip points from you guys. You're industry leaders. You have attained a name, a position, experience. That's most important. So that the simple thought of innocent thought of people to start a restaurant or a bakery or a casual dining or become a chef. Everybody dreams of maybe a Hollywood movie or a something, or maybe Emily in Paris, a handsome chef
Yeah.
like you. But it's all about not. It's the rosy picture that they see it. We would want to know the inside story, what exactly it happens, what are the problems that you face. If somebody is even thinking of getting into a restaurant business, like it said, if you have an enemy, you have to spoil it him completely, make him owner of a 5-star hotel. But with the restaurants, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
You have worked in 5 stars as well, but I think the restaurant F&B part of that is more interesting for you. So if you can guide us in that manner. I mean, as a designer also, I'll come to those points because I want to know from you guys at that point of time that when we are designing a restaurant from a chef point of view, a chefing point of view, or stewarding point of view, and as a owner's point of view, what are the points that we should be taking care of as designers? But that will do a next segment. But this, I want to discover or decode parts of it where if people are thinking and getting into this kind of industry, what is the game that they have to play and what is the game changer that you can suggest?
So generally, restaurant industry is one of the toughest industry to crack. In fact, you have statistics that say the mortality rate is the highest in restaurant industry. In fact, there's this joke that goes around that how do you become a millionaire? So you start with $1 billion and open a restaurant. So you'll become a millionaire in no time. So it's very difficult. But yes, that instant gratification that you get when you serve a good meal, or when you see happy faces in your restaurant, or a full house, or people having those memories in your restaurant, that gives so much joy and so much gratification that I feel is the biggest fuel that fires this passion of running a restaurant. But yeah, it requires a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. Because this is one business which creates a new challenge every day. It's not like that you have set SOPs which you work hard on and then the business runs on auto mode. It creates new challenges, new issues, new problems every single day. So you have to be on your feet every single day. You can't be like कि ठीक है अभी set हो गया है तो I'll just go and relax. You are not relaxed ever. So if one is ready to take that kind of challenge, only then they should enter this industry.
So what is your philosophy when you say that, okay, if you want to be a chef, this is what is required for you to?
I think times have changed. When I started my career, this kind of information was not available
Yeah.
as easily.
True.
And I think now there's an overload of information. So if you're coming into the business, the glamour part is just maybe 0.1% of it,
Right.
and everything else is grunt work. So for new upcoming young chefs, I would say the most important thing is patience. I think they need to be able to put their head down and do a certain task repeated number of times so they're actually good at it. And gratification only happens during service when we are serving our customers. But there's a whole couple of days of planning that goes into getting that plate out in 10 minutes. And that's where the grunt work comes in. So it's a tough business and it requires a lot out of you, your body, your mind, physically straining yourself all the time. And that's why the mortality rate is a challenge. But I think there's different ways of doing it. You got to figure out how you're going to carry yourself. You might have a plan. And over a period of time, if you don't give up, you will succeed. So yeah, just keep pushing. We need new chefs and people to come in and inspire us, move forward.
So when I say off, it's also a teamwork, right? You grew from people to people. I see that you guys also promote people from inward and take them further up, so that the loyalty of a brand to the employee and employer to the employer, that is set. The triangle sets very well. If people are educated, they are kept, happy. But the poaching is something that is very prominent in your industry.
Yes.
Like even for 2,000, 3,000 rupees, because the cleaner or a steward, the lucrative of hike of 40% is too high.
Yeah.
So how do you take care of that kind of damages that happens in throughout?
We've accepted that it's going to happen and you can't stop it. I mean, there's no way you can stop it. People are going to come and people are going to go, and you've got to start that cycle of training them all over again. That's a part of the job. So the sooner you accept it, the better.
Also, what happens is, fortunately for us, because since past 10 years, we have been constantly in that growing phase.
Yeah.
So, people who have stayed back have realized that they have really got good potential within the company itself.
True.
So, they get promoted really fast. And also, we tend to look at people who have good experience working with us rather than going for someone with a better degree or a better face value. We always go for people who are more experienced and who know the culture inside out, the work culture at Nini's inside out. And that's how you spread the culture. So, maybe like a person who has joined with us as a steward in 2014 is now a manager at one of our restaurants. Maybe he's not qualified enough. He doesn't have that degree, but he knows what it requires, what is the job. He knows the menu inside out. He knows the culture. So he's the best person for that job, and he gets promoted. So when other people in the company see that, they get motivated and they stay back.
Like we have now Nini's coming at Rajkot. So we need staff, we need captains. But rather than telling the HR that go find captains, we'll conduct an internal exam. And because we have 9 more restaurants, and the stewards which do well in that, they'll get that chance to become a captain in Rajkot. So they get a salary hike, they get a designation hike, and it's a win-win for everyone.
So it's an in-house ecosystem which promotes, which teaches, promotes, and escalates.
Yeah.
Wonderful. How it works with you, because again, for you, the kitchen is actually the heart of the whole restaurant. If it doesn't malfunction, it is all gone. The reputation is gone, the business is gone, the fame is gone. Per se, you don't get that fame, but the fame is to the owners. So how do you manage the staff, basically? That's the most difficult task. People management is the most difficult task these days.
I think what we focus, or I focus on as a chef for my team, is to build an environment where they feel inspired. If they feel inspired and they are learning, they are growing, then they're still going to quit. But, they might stay on a little longer. And you might be able to create a relationship where even if they jump ship, they will come back sooner or later because they miss the environment. And so my goal is to create a good environment, high standards of working experience, as well as, happy chefs. And the happier they are and the more inspired they are, the better the food is, the tastier it is, the prettier it is. And, the hard work that we're putting into the food is now being recognized by the people around us. And yes, it takes a lot of work to put up a restaurant and to get that going. But I think it is all about teamwork. And as chefs, we are only as good as our last plate.
Yeah.
And, your reputation is tarnished within seconds if you are not on top of your game every day, all the time.
Now, when we talk of every day, the next segment, the question that comes in my mind is, how do you take care of the consistency? Like you have 9 outlets, you have a restaurant which is famous for its culinary presentations. Every time it's a challenge, and innovation is also a challenge. To innovate and keep the existing thing with the consistency. I think it's the biggest challenge. How is being that taken care of in the back end? I know there are secret recipes. You would not want to take it out, but certain tips would definitely help people to grow better, maintain it better if they are not running a good business for certain issues. That the consistency is something that you look forward to, and innovation as well. So, what is the cycle of innovation that you want to add into your menu card? That okay, this is the time frame where somebody should start adding to the value 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line, or every week there is something special. So how is that being managed in this? So I have a lot of questions. Probably I'll start my restaurant after this only.
It completely depends on the kind of restaurant you have. So if you have a fine dine restaurant like Tori, people are coming there to have that mind-blowing experience, that new age experience. So I guess they would have to innovate much faster, because every day new trends are coming in and people want that new experience. But when it comes to Nini's Kitchen, because it's a family style, multi-cuisine, casual dine restaurant, people are seeking comfort. So they are coming for comfort food. So though we also keep on adding new items, we also have many weekly specials, but people are seeking their comfort food. So they keep on coming back for that exactly same kind of experience, because in their head they exactly know how it is going to taste. So that's where the consistency comes in. We have to be consistent every time.
How about you? Are you more experimental or consistent?
100%.
More
We
experimental.
are always experimental. We're pushing the boundaries. The idea is to be inspired by what is around us. And when the seasons change, you have a fresh lot of produce coming in, and something else growing in different parts of the country, which, you know, as a chef of my philosophy and style, wants to work with these ingredients that are fresh. And I want to be able to showcase them in a good way. I want the ingredient to shine. And that's how, what we do is I teach the chefs how to cook. Recipe is a mere guideline as how you're supposed to operate. But they need to know how to cook and how to improve their palate and understand mine. So that is something that we're working on a day-to-day basis. Menus are evolving almost always. Yes, the customer wants certain things, and as chefs, we want to showcase certain things. So at Tori, I have kept a good balance of experimental yet approachable food.
I'll come to you, Navneet. You have diversified in different kind of food sector, that is bakery.
Yeah.
And that too, a risk-taking step within the COVID.
Yeah.
Why?
So honestly, things were very, very unpredictable during the COVID times. And people had completely stopped dining outside. There was no question of it. But there was this demand for bread. People were like, "Aap to aapka restaurant." So we had our staff there. They were eating their meals there. They were like, "Aap unke liye to khana bana hi rahe ho. Ab oven aapke paas hai hi, bread bana do." So we started supplying breads, and people started liking our breads. And again, the same thing. Are isme to hai kya? That's the biggest thing that we thought at that time. Isme to hai kya? So yeah, let's put up with a bakery. Restaurant ka to pata nahi, but bakery to zarur chalega. So that's how we started. And it was not very tough when it was just 1 or 2 outlets. But then we started expanding. And that is when the real challenges started arising. But now we've got it pretty sorted. But it wasn't an easy journey, because when you have multiple outlets, logistics are the major issue. The thing with bakery is that, even if you serve a mediocre pastry, but it is fresh out of the oven, it will taste amazing. But if you have this really amazing pastry baked by this amazing chef, but if it's not fresh, it will taste horrible. So the logistics are very, very important. Like, to get the product from point A, where it is baked, to point B, from where you're retailing it, you have to send it across it, in record time. Otherwise, it's of no use. So the shelf life is short, the wastage quotient is high, So yeah, it was pretty risky, and we should have thought more about it at that time in hindsight. But now we've got the hang of it, so we're doing good, and we plan to expand.
I'll
Yeah.
quote few things from your TED talks. You don't have plan B, you have to work on plan
Yeah,
A,
true.
and that is how you are working.
Yeah.
So I'm mentioning this to all the viewers that TED talk of Ms. Gill has to be and have to be watched by everyone. It is listed on the screen below, and everyone who thinks that the restaurant business is quite easy to pull it through, what they have gone through, their journey of 10 years and what they have achieved. You can go through the entire journey of Nini's Kitchen in that particular TED Talk, and I'm actually fan of that TED Talk. And we promote that. We insist to our newest and novice clients who comes to us with a faith in us to design a restaurant for them. We ask them to go and see this Bible, study it, absorb it, and then come back, because for us to make a restaurant is also a work of passion. It's just not that we would design it for you and it will go through.
It's not a Bible.
It
It's
is
actually
not
a
about
crash
we want
course.
our creation to work as well.
Yeah.
We just don't want them to be shining for a few days and then
Yeah.
shut down because of the integrities and the nitty-gritties and the problems that you face as a restaurant. It's not a part-time job, it's a full-time job. Now, because it is the other side of the table, here I sit back and want your version to the design fraternity, that when we talk of, I'll come to you for the fine dining experience which is changing. So before that, with you guys, we are doing a lot of restaurants. What is the thing that you think that we should be keeping in mind, and again progress, or keep our mind open to the suggestions that comes from the owners and from the back-end services that we have to take care of?
See, architects, they come and they give us so many options that this is trending, let's do this is like really popular right now. But what they need to understand is that trends will come and go, but functionality is always going to stay. So, I would rather have a less trendy but more functional restaurant. That would be my first preference. So you remember whenever we choose fabrics, you would be like, oh, let's go for this kapde wala fabric. And I'd be like, no, have you seen bacche? Have you seen how they stomp their feet on the sofas? No, we don't want fabric wala. We want achhe se easily jo clean ho jaye. We want such kind of fabric. So we want functional restaurant. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Functionality.
Anything from
Same.
you?
That was the brief that was given to you. We want a very practical restaurant. Even though it is not that great looking, it's okay. Because maintaining a restaurant
But
is,
our restaurants are great looking.
that's because of you. You manage that.
Yeah.
But the most important point, it has to be practical. It has to be maintenance free. Because maintaining a restaurant is a task. Imagine having 500 new people coming to your home every single day, jumping on your chairs, couch, eating on your table, and maintaining that. It is very difficult. So I think designers should keep this in mind, that whenever they are designing a restaurant, they should design it as maintenance free as possible, so that it is easier to run for a longer period of time.
True.
We are lucky.
My philosophy of when a new restaurant owners comes to me, I always say people will come for the decor for the first time,
True.
because that is attractive.
Right.
Second time they'll come for the food. Third time they'll come for the service. So it's not a designer's job to get them back to your restaurant. It is your job to the reputation of the client to get into your restaurant. We had a wonderful time chatting, getting the inside stories of it. One goof ups that you have covered up in your restaurants in the past.
There's a list.
So you can start with it.
Oh,
Meanwhile, you can think of it.
I wouldn't point out anything negative, but I would say that we at restaurants, I would say now I think I've moved out of the mentality of just being a chef. We're now kind of a chef restaurateur, chef patron kind of a mindset. I think it's important to understand that we are doing business, and the chefs need to understand that we are catering to a crowd. hospitality is when you are accommodating and when you are warm and welcoming, even if it annoys you.
Yeah.
You know, and
True.
chefs need to kind of let loose a little bit and accept. It's hard. It's not as easy as I say, but we want to make your day. Come in, give us a chance, and hopefully you leave from there smiling, happy, and wanting to visit again.
So now we move on to our next segment of playing games. We have cryptex right from Da Vinci Code. So here we have to get a 6-letter word which will fit into this triangle, and the clues are on my placard, where each initial letter is the first letter of the actual word. That word is of 6 letters, and this puzzle needs to be solved by our guests, and whosoever solves it first in the lesser time wins the hamper. This is your hint, and your time starts now. There is a pen here. You can start writing it down, and we'll see who's the faster one.
ये क्या भगवान होता है?
One who comes to your restaurant.
Okay.
I've given the
Yes, sir.
same hint.
So now
So
I have to
write down fast. We are losing on time.
So now-
first word, letter of each in a chronological manner.
OUNG.
There is first one is the top one.
अच्छा.
You have missed on that. Yes, that's the right word. Now start opening it. Put it there. Put it down. It'll be faster and precise.
कैसे खुलेगा?
It's not aligned. But it's not aligned properly yet. Between this has to be properly aligned.
With this.
With the triangles. Yes.
Okay.
Pull it. It's still not aligned. Yeah. And your time stops now. Time starts now. Start writing down each letter what we have found.
Okay.
Don't name it. Don't voice it out.
Done.
I can come and see it. That doesn't make any word.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any
Also
word.
have to assemble.
So your first letter is wrong.
How can it be wrong?
There's
Okay.
another word for that.
Oh.
Okay, you've got it. So you can start putting that on the script text because the time is still rolling. Even the last word is
Okay,
wrong.
now it's correct.
Yeah, now it is correct.
Okay. So how do I do? Okay, I do like
Yeah,
this.
this. Keep the alignment intact.
Where is it now?
Open. Yeah.
Done?
And your time stops now.
Ah, I am the winner.
Yet
Hey.
not.
No, but it says I'm the winner.
Yeah. Whosoever opens is a winner. So your time starts now. So there are blanks, there are dash. So that particular word is of that many letters.
Okay.
So first one is wrong.
Oh, okay.
Your first letter is also of 6 alphabets.
Like that.
If you want, you can align those letters first, what you have found out. So you might find out. The first one is wrong though.
Pleasure.
No. There is one more word for that.
Leisure, yeah.
Lounge.
Yes.
And now I have to make it here.
Make it here between the triangles with the proper alignment. this in a proper alignment. So we move on to Jhenga, where each one of you have to make this letter TOST. There are adequate numbers of TOST for you guys to pull out. You can't use two hands, only one hand at a time, one player at a time, one block at a time. So whoso makes it fall is out of the game, two others can continue from there, or whosoever drops it last. So finds the first, wins the game, wins nothing, just happy faces. So let's start. So what have you found? So you can align it like this.
Oh, okay.
My turn?
Your turn.
Okay, this before.
We never played it before. There's very hooking game, in fact. So you
S.
found S. Okay.
Find a T and we'll win.
Yeah.
No, there is no group happening here. Navneet, we are getting pro.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, found two O's.
Okay, now it's not moving. Now it's going to fall for sure.
It won't. Okay, two S's. Okay.
You want to try?
You're running parallel.
Let's exchange.
Oh boy! It's got three of them.
Okay. I think it's your lucky day.
I just need a T now.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, you found the second one.
Now this will fall.
It's moving.
It will fall. You can see some ones which are with the threes of them, like these ones. The top. Then tap it. Yeah.
Don't fall. Do not. Okay, I'm going to mess it up for the next one.
You are actually
There
winning
won't be
this one
anything
as well.
Once we're
Good luck pulling anything out from this now.
Oh,
I have
you
one.
found it. So tower remains intact and she wins one more
Yeah.
game. I think Lady Luck and Lady is lucky today. So we finished the segment. Thank you guys a lot. And we had a lot of fun. I hope you guys also had a lot of
Yes.
fun. We got a lot of insights about hospitality, the back end, the front end, and it's not an easy job. So we have a clear winner who was the fastest amongst all. Any guesses? Ankit? Navneet?
Yeah.
It should be you.
Yeah.
Who do you think is winning the hamper.
I hope it's me.
Yeah, everybody hopes that. But the fastest one for this particular segment and this game was Navneet.
Navigating around MCQs for my dental thing has helped me finally. Yes.
The IQ tests you have gone through.
Yeah. Thank you.
We also have something for you to participate in this particular thing.
Consolation.
So, if we can.
Thank you very much.
This is for you as well.
Okay.
It's for everyone who
Oh,
participates.
okay.
So
But
that's-
I'm the winner, so.
That's okay.
Okay.
These goodies will be consumed, but this will stay
Yeah.
with you for a long
True. Okay.
Ankit.
Thank you.